say then.
All right, welcome once again.
Welcome to Story Time with Dad.
All right, welcome again for tonight's story. This one is actually a chapter book, so I don't know if we're going to read it all. This is The Conundrum of the Crooked Crayon. The Conundrum of the Crooked Crayon. Written and illustrated by Ken Bowser.
Let's get started.
Yeah. Written and illustrated by Ken Bowser. Let's read the first chapter and see how far we're going to go.
Let's get started.
Chapter 1. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy.
We can read all this.
Mr. Stubbs, where are you? You silly cat, Jessie's team called out. It's time for your lunch. Where in the world can he be? Jessie wondered to herself. Stubby, where are you? She called out in a sing-song voice. She looked under her bed. Not under there, she mumbled. Where is that rascal? Jessie looked in the cubbyhole beneath the stairs where Stubbs often curled up when he was chilly. Nope, she said to herself. Not there. She turned and looked in the living room and checked beside the couch. Well, there you are, she laughed. I should have known to look here from the very beginning. Wherever you find a warm sunbeam, you are sure to find Mr. Stubbs snoozing away. She chuckled to herself. Come on, Stubby, old boy, Jessie said to the sleeping feline. We have lots of stuff to do today. Before we meet the rest of the gang at the thinking tree, we'll start with organizing my room, and then we can hop on the bike and head to the park. Jessie and Stubbs headed upstairs to her room, where she had set out the contents of her messenger bag. I don't think we need all of this stuff today, Jessie said to Stubbs. But it's good to be prepared anyway. Jessie never went anywhere without her tools, as she called them. You never know what you're going to need to help solve a mystery, she would often say. Journal, check, she said as she placed it into her bag. Pen, pencil, and wristwatch, check. In the bag they went. I'll bring my rubber nose and glasses too. One never knows when they might need an instant disguise, she laughed. Right, Stubbs? Jessie resumed sorting through her bag. Calculator? Check. I'll bring that. Money? Check. Better throw some change in there just in case we see Miss Steele's ice cream truck, she continued. Library card? Check. Jessie took her magnifying glass from her messenger bag. I always bring this. But you know what? I think I'll leave it here for once, she said to Stubbs as he looked on. Jessie put the spyglass in its stand on the windowsill. Let's go, dude, she said as they headed out for the day. And we're already on chapter 2. Look out! Dougie's gonna barf. Chapter 2. Outside, a warm wind blew, and the sun began to peek through the trees as it rolled slowly over the neighborhood rooftops. Lengthy shadows stretched out over the driveway like giant fingers. while a mockingbird perched high on a branch cast a peculiar looking silhouette on the lawn. What a beautiful summer morning this is, Jessie said to Stubbs as she plowed him into the basket on the front of her bike, his paws hanging over the edge. There's not a cloud in the sky, she said to her silly cat. The weatherman said that this was going to be a scorcher, whatever that means. Something about it being the longest day of the year. Hey, do you know what the summer solstice is? She asked Stubbs. Me neither. Riding her bike in the early morning sun, Jessie marveled at the long shadows that she and Stubbs threw across the grass as she pedaled through the park. Hey, look at us! She laughed to Stubbs as she gazed at the distorted shape the shadows created. Jessie waved her hand high up over her head as she pedaled. My arm looks like it's 100 feet long in this wacky shadow. She giggled to Stubbs. And look at the shape of our wheels. They are not round at all. They are shaped more like eggs than bicycle tires. She laughed out loud. Jessie and Mr. Stubbs continued their ride through the park, ready to meet up with the rest of the neighborhood kids. With each and every turn, their shadow changed. Hey, look, Stubby! Now our shadow is right in front of us, she pointed out to Stubbs as they gradually changed direction. Up ahead, Jessie could see the gang already gathering in the park, in the shade under the thinking tree. Hey guys, she yelled as she pedaled up and hopped off her bike. Hang here for a minute, she said to Stubbs as she grabbed her messenger bag. Clark Johnson was there with his slimy pet frog, Louis, of course. Glub, glurp. The girl's frog croaked from Clark's top pocket as Jessie walked up. Clark, why must you constantly bring that repulsive critter with you everywhere you go? Kimmy Cat Black said in her usual condescending way. As a future member of Mensa, I insist that you keep that disgusting, tailless amphibian elsewhere, she snipped in her snippiest of snippy voices. Yeah, it's a disgusting tailed family being, Clark's dorky little brother said back. Not a word, Dougie. They all laughed. The group played in the cool shade of the thinking tree for the rest of the morning. The sun grew higher in the sky, and soon the shadows were no longer stretched out but small and directly under their feet. Hey, look at my shadow now. Jessie held her arms straight out from her sides. I look like an airplane propeller. Me too, Dorky Dougie said, and he began to spin around and around as fast as he could, with his arms straight out and making airplane sounds with his mouth. Bird, 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 he blurted as he spun around and around and around. I don't feel so good, Dougie said as he stopped spinning and held his stomach. His face turned a funny color. Look out, everyone! Dougie's gonna barf! They all laughed. That's the end of that chapter. So We are going to continue this book another day. That's the Crooked Crayon book. We're going to continue that later. All right, so stay tuned. Keep watching.
Oh, I forgot to say keep watching and keep reading.
Keep watching and keep reading. Until then, have a good night and God bless you.
Bye.
Bye bye.